Hello everybody. I'm going to try this again. I got about halfway through. I got down to where the books are and got a phone call. And of course there wasn't a pause on my recording thing. So it's just easier to start over. Because I don't fool with the whole editing mess. Anyway, and it was an important phone call, so I kind of had to take it. Got an owl crate today. I pulled it out of the mailbox maybe 15 minutes ago at most. So, brand new, fresh out of the mailbox. This is the May one. And everything is packed weird now because I had it out of the box already. Sorry about that, but as you can see, it's got a lot of stuff. Ton of those little white squiggly things in here. And I have them all over the house now. Okay, so let's just start. What did I do with, here's the... This is the theme card, spoiler card. The theme for May is Rebels with a Cause. So that's pretty cool. Okay, I was right. Cool. Okay. Let's start with this thing on top. This is, and I'll read you the quote here. So long as you fight the darkness, you can stand in the light. And that's by Saba Tahir. And this is from Ember in the Ashes, which I have not read. I've been thinking about it, though. I was going to say I don't read a lot of fantasy, but I've been reading more fantasy recently, especially in the past year since starting Owl Crate. I can't believe I've been with Owl Crate for a whole year already. I'll be getting at least one more. I forgot to cancel before June went through. I've had a lot on my mind. If you've been paying attention to any of my other videos, you'll know that my dad passed away in May. So I've been kind of dealing with all of that stuff. Working on trying to fix things up in the house, looking for a job. If anybody knows of anything, let me know. Okay, so this is a straw set, reusable straw set. It says they're stainless steel. Says the bag that they came in was designed by Paperback Bones. So anyway, it's got 2 cleaning brushes. There are 2 that are kind of that rainbowy effect. 2 that are kind of a dark gray, black, gunmetal kind of color. 2 that are silver. And 2 that are kind of a goldish, brassy color. And 2 that are more coppery color. The goldish and the coppery are very similar colors. It's kind of hard to tell them apart unless the light hits them a certain way. But they're nice. I don't use a lot of straws. So this will be something new for me to try out. And I like that it came with some cleaning brushes because they're not going to be very good if you can't clean them. I usually just drink out of a mug. Got my trusty mug of iced tea. Always at my side, or I drink out of a bottle. So I don't really use a lot of straws. Occasionally if we're like out to eat or something and they put one in the drink or whatever. I have a pin. This is the monthly pin. It is crystals. And they're kind of like a glittery white, which you can't really tell. I don't know if you could tell if I took it out of the plastic or not. I didn't try that when I was starting the first recording of this. But it is kind of a little bit of a sparkly white and then kind of a light gray for the accents. It's just not showing up very well on my screen. Maybe it'll show up better for y'all. And it's got 2 pin backs, which is nice. And then there's this little packet, Alcrate exclusive by Juniper and Ivy Designs. Oh, the pin, does it say? I'll tell you about the pin later because it has something to do with the book, the main book. This is a wooden magnet, and it says, never allow yourself to believe you should be silent. And in today's society, this is very, very important. Don't just stand by and let stuff happen. Speak out. Because the only way we're going to make change is if we make change and we speak out and we say, hey, we're not happy. You know, let's fix things. So the wooden magnet made by Juniper and Ivy Designs is a quote from The Bone Season. Did I read that one? There's been a lot of books with bone in the title lately. There we have a set of pot holders. May the stars keep you steady and the iron keep you safe. They're designed by Little Inklings Design. Heart of Iron, I guess, is the book. It's one I'm not familiar with. But it's the one thing on here. It says Heart of Iron. Yes. Hands of Iron. Not so much. Little Inklings Design created this set of pot holders to add a bit of bookishness to your kitchen. So I guess Heart of Iron's the book. Pot holders are very useful for me. I do a lot of cooking. If I don't cook, we don't eat. That's kind of how it is in this house. Can't really go out all that much because, one, things are just finally starting to open, and I'm not too sure I want to go to some of these places quite yet. Not with the virus potential still out there. And we have a sheet of vinyl stickers. It says, place these vinyl stickers on your water bottles, notebooks, and anywhere else you could use a reminder to keep up the good fight. Designed by Nerdy Ink, these stickers feature rebellious quotes from Margaret Atwood, Neil Shusterman, Caroline Caldwell, and Marie Rutkowski. I hope I didn't butcher her name too bad. I don't know what she wrote. So this top one says, hope in the shadow of fear is the world's most powerful motivator. That's Neil Shusterman. This one, you are your own best weapon. That's Marie Rutkowski. I really feel like I'm screwing her name up. I hope I'm not. And then this one's a nice long one. In a society that profits from your self-doubt, liking yourself is a rebellious act. That's Caroline Caldwell. And then this one at the bottom, Nolite te bastardes carborundorum. Margaret Atwood. It's from The Handmaid's Tale. Took me a moment to figure it out earlier. I knew what it was because I remember the quote. It means something like, don't let the bastards get you down. Something to that effect. Which I think is a great quote. Anyway, I brought all the paper stuff up to the top now. And then there's this little thank you for shopping with Alcrate. And it says, Dear Alcrate reader, in an effort to get your Alcrate box delivered to you as soon as possible, we made the decision not to wrap your book in plastic this month. If you have any questions, concerns, or feedback, please get in touch at support@alcrate.com. Our customer service superstars are happy to assist you. We sincerely hope you love this month's book selections. Happy reading and thanks for being awesome. Well, thank you, Alcrate, for being awesome, and thank you for not putting it in plastic, because now I don't have to get rid of the plastic. Let's, be nice to the earth. We only have one planet right now that we can live on, so let's take care of it. Less plastic, good thing. You gave us reusable straws, which is supposed to help cut down on plastic and help protect the sea turtles. Less plastic wrap on the books, good thing. ties in with the straw idea. This says the theme of June's box is All the World's a Stage. And it looks like we'll be getting coffee next month. I prefer tea. I don't drink coffee, but I can pass it on to somebody, so that's not a big deal. So now we're down to the books. We got the little booklet here that talks about the stuff in here, and we have the author letter. And there's 2 books this month. We have a graphic novel, which they told us we were going to be getting a graphic novel, and I'm excited. This is Ariel Slammet Reese. There's her name at the bottom. I have completely butchered the name. I can say Ariel, but I don't know how to say the second name. And this book is called Witchy. Says it's a story about choosing your own destiny and channeling your own magic, even with a whole kingdom against you. This exclusive edition of the new graphic novel from Oni Press features exclusive cover that complements the beautifully original art style within the pages. That's pretty cool looking cover, actually. That's a lot of hair. Orange and green hair. That's kind of cool. I was having trouble reading the title, so I wanted to make sure I was getting the title right by reading the spoiler card. So it's divided into chapters. Let's give you some examples of some of the pages. I do like a good graphic novel every so often. I like graphic novels about witches, so I'm hoping that I like this one. Witchy, like the very best fantasy, serves up a world you want to visit and fills it with people you want to know. It gives you a wondrous system of magic and links it inextricably to its characters' real, relatable problems. There's so much to love. Sam Bosma, Fantasy Sports. Ariel Reese's Witchy is a pleasure to read, a work of exceptional imagination, invention, and creativity. Tom Moore, The Secret of Kells. Isn't that a movie? I think that's an animated movie. It might be a graphic novel as well. In the Witch Kingdom Highland, the strength of your magic is determined by the length of your hair. Those that are strong enough are conscripted by the Witch Guard, who enforce the law in peacetime and protect the land during war. However, those with hair judged too long are pronounced enemies of the kingdom and annihilated. This is called a witch burning. No wonder there's so much hair on the cover. It all has to do with the hair. And that brings us to what we're all here for, the main book of the month, Incendiary by Zoraida Cordova. I hope I didn't kill her name too. I'm not having a good time with names today. I am Renetta Convita. I have lived 100 stolen lives. Now I live my own. An epic and spellbinding fantasy, Incendiary is a darkly rich tapestry of twisted magic, deadly consequences, and riveting stakes. No one should get between Renata Convita and what she wants. They might not make it out alive. Danielle Clayton, New York Times bestselling author of the Bells series. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that cover. I like how it's kind of like a window onto the burning castle. Let's see if we can find out what it's about. Renata was an only child when she was kidnapped by the king's justice and brought to the luxurious palace of Andalusia. As a memory thief, the rarest and most feared of the magical Moria, Renata was used by the crown to carry out the king's wrath, a siege that resulted in the deaths of thousands of her own people. Now, Renata is one of the Whispers, rebel spies working against the crown. The Whispers may have rescued Renata years ago, but she cannot escape their mistrust and hatred, or the overpowering memories of the hundreds of souls she drained during her time in the palace. When Des, the commander of her unit and the boy she's grown to love, is taken captive by the notorious Principe Dorado, Renata must return to Andalusia and complete Des's top-secret mission herself. Can she keep her cover even as she burns for vengeance against the brutal, enigmatic prince? Her life and the fate of the Moria depend on it, but returning to the palace stirs childhood memories long locked away. As Renata grows more deeply embedded in the politics of the royal court, she uncovers a secret in her past that could change the fate of the entire kingdom and end the war that has cost her everything. Dun, dun, dun. Sounds interesting. Like I was saying, I don't really read a lot of fantasy. Mostly it's the stuff that comes in these book boxes, and occasionally a few others. I tend to stick with mysteries and thrillers if left to my own devices. So there's that. So we have the author letter, which I am not going to read to you guys. I will read it on my own later, because that's just too much stuff to read, and that tiny writing, I'm going to have trouble reading it. There's the art for the author card, author letter. Now we can look at this. Okay, so here's the difference between the Al Crate version and the original version. So basically, here's the difference. The art card, or the author card, is pretty much the original book cover, and this, of course, is the Al Crate book cover. We have an interview with the author. She's pretty. I love her hair. There's a word search puzzle, an interview with Little Inklings Design. Says, like Incendiary, try these great reads. Rebel of the Sands, Ember in the Ashes, The Winter's Curse. Okay, Marie Rutkowski, Winter's Curse. I have heard of her. Okay. I just couldn't place the name. The May Photo Challenge. A playlist on Spotify. Tells you when the next Owl Babble is going to be, where you can like log in and chat with the author and stuff. Other releases we're excited about this month. Lobizona, Girl Serpent Thorn, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I want to read that one because I loved the whole Hunger Games trilogy. So I'm kind of curious to see where it all began. House of Dragons, Clap When You Land. The Clap When You Land is Elizabeth Acevedo, and so far I have loved her stuff. So there's some ideas if you need something to read. And then that's it. That's the whole box. All in all, I think it's a pretty good box. I will definitely get use out of the pot holders because, like I said, I cook a lot and always need pot holders. I try to use the mitts when I can, but with big hands, they don't always fit. Ooh, sounds like a thunderstorm moving in. So these are going to be really handy. I can grab a hold of handles and things with that. So, yeah. The magnet will definitely be going on my refrigerator. I really like what it says. I'm going to give these straws a try. I don't know. I've never used them before, so it's something new, a new experience. I do have two other things I could show you instead of making a whole other video about it, or I can wait until more things show up because I know there's more common. Now I'll go ahead and show them to you now because they're sitting here. I got two little packets from Wish. This one is a necklace. which I think is really awesome. I don't remember if it came in other colors. I liked the blue, and that was what was being shown. My problem is going to be trying to hook the clasp. No, I'm having trouble with that. But it does at least go around my neck. That's good. I was worried that maybe it'd be too short. I'll have to have somebody else hook it when I want to wear it. I was getting it caught in my hair. And this one says it's a bracelet. I thought it was supposed to be a necklace. But they may have just written bracelet on there. I don't know. Oh yeah, this is definitely a necklace. And they're little skeletons. Bunches of little skeletons. $13 skeletons? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, 13 skeletons. That's cool. I'm really thinking this one won't fit. I'll probably have to get a extender. Barely. If I could hook it on the end when this is where it would hang. I'm having trouble keeping hold of the little teeny tiny clasps. And then I keep getting them tangled in my hair. So this would hang like right there. But I think it's cool, and I can always get an extender so it hangs down just a little bit farther. So that's my 2 newest treasures from Wish. I think that's everything I've got to share right now. I'm waiting on another t-shirt to arrive from my Muppet batch that I ordered. It said it's been shipped. So hopefully it gets here soon. Maybe tomorrow or something. I don't know. Although I feel like it's coming from England instead of the United States like the other ones. It was coming from a different location. That's why it shipped separately from the other batch. And I know I've got some more things from Wish coming. As a matter of fact, they sent me an email saying, "Have you received this yet?" And I'm like, no. And it wasn't either of these things. So hopefully... hopefully all that stuff will be getting here soon. I did receive my dad's ashes today. As I've mentioned in previous videos, he did pass away in May. And his ashes came today, which is interesting because today would have been my mom's birthday. So, I don't know. That's kind of odd that I get dad's ashes on her birthday. And I also got the death certificate, so now I can start moving things along with trying to settle things. The funeral home wants to buy the house. I don't want to move. They're like, there's these apartments down the road that, they're really nice. And I'm like, but I don't want to move. If I'm going to move, it's not going to be just down the road. It's going to be a whole different area, someplace where there's jobs. So that's something to think about. I'm just not convinced it's what I want to do. But anyway, I have actually gotten a little bit of reading done. I have been reading. I've got everything shoved over here for the moment. I've been reading Early Stories of Truman Capote. I am on page 145, and it's like 100 and... If I don't read the afterword, it's 167 pages, so I could finish this tonight. It's 174 if I read the afterword. Not sure how I'm feeling about this. I like Capote's work. I like his writing style. But these being his early stuff, it's 14 stories. A couple of them feel like they kind of tie together a little bit, just based on locations and things. And like one is set in a swamp, and then the following one is also set in a swamp. But I don't know if it's the same swamp. I kind of feel like maybe it is. I don't know. But some of them, they just kind of end. Or the endings are so ambiguous, I'm like, is the story finished? I'm not sure, because the ending doesn't go anywhere. So I'm wondering if maybe these might have been unfinished works. I don't know, maybe if I read the foreword by the guy that collected them, I might get a better picture of that. I don't know, just some of them, I'm not sure. I did read one yesterday. It's called Traffic West? Yeah, it's called Traffic West. And it was interesting in that, you know how they put like section 1, section 2, section 3? This one started at section 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So it was like a countdown, which I didn't notice until I was in like the third section and it said section 2. I'm like, wait a minute, didn't it say section 3 previously? So then I went back and looked. I'm like, oh, it's a countdown. That's pretty cool. And it was like seemingly unrelated snippets, but it all came together at the end. And that one I actually liked. So far, that's been my favorite of the bunch. Some of them I'm like, and what was the point of this? I don't know. That's my problem with short stories, though. A lot of times, to me, they feel unfinished. Or I feel like, they could really run with this idea. It's a great idea. I really like what they're doing. And it just ends. Why not run with it and turning it into a novel or novella or something? These are all fairly short stories. Like I said, I've read other stuff by him. In Cold Blood was excellent. Some of his other short stories I thought were pretty good. There's one, I want to say it's called The Rocking Horse Winter or something like that. It's got something about rocking horse in the title that a lot of kids read in school now. We didn't read it when I was in school, but a lot of kids read it now, which I thought was pretty good. It's like the kid predicts winners of horse races by riding his rocking horse or something like that. It's been a long time since I've read it. Pretty good. I read a novella. It was called Hand Carved Coffins, which was excellent. That's actually the first thing I ever read by him. And so I do enjoy his writing quite a bit. I'm just not too sure about this particular book. There's a couple more stories, 2 or 3 more stories, I think, and we'll see how I feel about those. But at this point, I'm feeling like it's a 2.5 to 3 star book. It's all right. It's nothing spectacular. But I'm wondering if it's because it's his early writing, if maybe some of them are unfinished. I don't know. I wanted to like it more than I'm liking it. Yesterday, I listened to Feed by Myra Grant, also known as Sean McGuire. So, in case you didn't know, they're the same person. She writes the Wayward Children series, which I absolutely love. I read Feed, and I wasn't too sure going into it how I would feel about it being a zombie book. Zombies are kind of hit or miss for me. This was freaking fantastic. I absolutely loved it. And there was a point where something happens, and it's towards the end of the book, so I don't want to say a whole lot about it because, you know, spoilers, and this is a major spoiler if I would say it. Something major happens, and I was almost in tears. It was heartrending, the thing that happened, and kind of expected, but kind of not. Kind of thought maybe it would happen to somebody else other than the person it happened to. But yeah, it was, oh wow, was it good. But it feels like that the book wrapped up everything pretty much. So I'm not sure how there's 3 more novels plus short stories and novellas after the fact. I don't know. I'm curious now. So I'm going to have to see if I can get a hold of the next book in the series and find out, because, man, that first book was really good. I highly recommend Feed if you're interested in horror and or science fiction. Because I would say it's walking that line, sci-fi horror. It's dystopian. It's set in the future. Because apparently a zombie outbreak happened in 2014. The book was written in 2010. Zombie outbreak happened in 2014. And this is like 30 years into the future-ish. 26 years into the future. Between 25 and 30 years into the future. We'll say it that way. Because some of it's in like 2039, some of it's in 2040. So 20 years from our future currently. And yeah, amazing the parallels of things that happened in that particular book, written in 2010, of things that are happening now in 2020. The rioting, an uncontrolled virus, just amazing, some of the things that are, you know, currently going on that are depicted very clearly in the book. Couple of times I had to stop and think, wait a minute, when was this book written? Because it was so much like things going on today. Presidential race going on, because we do follow some journalists who are traveling with a presidential candidate. So, you know, we're looking at a 2040 election. Well, there's going to be an election in 2040. We'll have to wait and see what happens in 2020 first. I know things I would like to see happen, but it's at this point it's wait and see, because yeah. I'll just phrase it as I'm not thrilled with any of the choices presented at this moment. I'll leave it at that. I voted independent last election, so, because I didn't like the choices then either. Anyway, let's not get all political and bogged down in that stuff. Feed by Myra Grant, excellent choice. Gave it 5 stars. Highly rate it. Highly suggest that you read it if you enjoy sci-fi, fantasy, dystopian, zombies. Early works of Truman Capote. I'm in the 2.5 to 3 star range on that. And I think it's because it's his early stuff and not his more polished work. Anyway, two sort of book reviews, which I don't do very often on this channel, and I call myself bookish. Anyway, Owl Crate, May 2020, Rebels with a Cause. Showed you all the goodies. Thought it was a pretty decent crate. Things that I will actually use, so I'm happy. I will be getting the June one. I will probably, if I don't get a job before it re-ups for July, will probably be at least skipping July. If anybody has any suggestions for where to look for jobs, I would greatly appreciate it, because at this point, I'm in an area where there are very few jobs. So, yeah. We're looking at that at the moment. And I think that's about it. I think the next book I'm going to read is it Meet Cute? The cover's facing the wrong direction for me to see it. It's got a yellow cover. I think it's Meet Cute. Gonna try to listen to that this evening. Good thing I didn't put laundry out today. I was gonna do laundry, and then we had a downpour earlier today. And now thunderstorm, so yeah. No mowing and no laundry today. What I do need to do probably is go to the store and buy some grocery stuff. Not excited about that idea. Maybe we'll just have ravioli tonight for dinner, because I don't feel like going out in the rain. Anyway, I have yapped at you for almost 37 minutes, so I'm going to let you go. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Ring the notification bell if you're interested. I would love to get past the 33 subscriber mark, so please. You don't have to watch the videos, just subscribe at this point. Watch them would be nice, but subscriptions would be nice too. I would really like to. My goal is at this point is 50. I have been stuck at 33 to 34 for so many months. It's ridiculous. Anyway. Oh yay, drip, drip. It's raining in my living room. I have to go take care of that, and I will talk at you at another time. Bye-bye.